Deep within the whisperwood, nestled between gnarled tree roots and sparkling crystals, lived Zara the girl and her pet bat, Kiro. One day a bright spark flashed from the crystals, startling them. The mole, who was blind in one eye and limping on a wounded leg, clutched a glowing crystal in his paws. As he retreated back into his hole, he accidentally dimmed the cave's light. Was the cave collapsing? Peeking inside, they saw that the cave floor was crumbling in places, but the sight of thousands of glistening crystals still enticed them. If it goes out, we'll be trapped in total darkness. Zara's heart thumped in her chest. She didn't like the idea of being stuck in a pitch-black cave with only a small, scared bat for company. Reaching a wall covered in tiny holes, Zara plugged the crystal into the first hole. It fit perfectly. But as the two friends made their way home, they noticed that while the large crystal in the cavern was shining brightly, many of the smaller crystals lining the cave walls were now dead, their light sources extinguished. And as they flew and walked past the unlit crystals, hundreds of tiny sparks suddenly flashed. Zara and Kiro exchanged a worried glance. What did the sparks mean? And would they lead to another adventure in the crystal cave? Then she moved to the next hole and plugged it in there. And then the next. With each movement, the cave grew brighter. Soon, the entire cave shimmered with a beautiful rainbow light. But she wasn't about to let that happen, not when her trusty flashlight was clipped to her backpack, ready to be switched on at a moment's notice. Dodging falling rocks, they ventured deeper into the cave until a sneaky mole popped out from behind a crystal, startling them. The tunnel was pitch black, so Zara switched on her flashlight and squeezed through. How could they get past him without being seen? Suddenly the mole stood up, his nose twitching. He must have smelled them. He hobbled closer, his one good eye gleaming with suspicion. Zara held her breath as the mole shuffled past their hiding spot, disappearing into another tunnel. On the other side was a wide cavern filled with sparkling crystals. Right in the middle of the cavern sat the mole, munching on a juicy worm. "Uh-oh," squeaked Kiro, flying closer to the dark entrance. "That crystal is the cave's light source." She crept past giant funguses and over babbling brooks until she reached a tunnel hidden behind a curtain of sparkling crystals. Zara and Kiro peeked around a nearby crystal, watching the mole closely. "Quick, Kiro," she whispered, rushing to the mole's stash of crystals. Zara carefully picked up the glowing crystal, its smooth surface cool in her hands. But how were they supposed to fix it? Then she remembered Kiro's earlier clue, the gem's rays. Zara turned the crystal in her hands, suddenly realizing what she had to do. She needed to turn the crystal so its rays of light would shine out of its many facets, illuminating the entire cave. Carefully, she walked to the end of the cavern, making sure not to step on any loose rocks or break any more crystals. Zara grinned at Kiro, who was swooping happily around the cave. They had saved the crystal cave,